Hello and welcome. We are Creative Typo. I'm Richard, your game master. Today we are not playing Crown of the Oathbreaker because we have been on such a long break that we've kind of forgotten ourselves, and maybe you have too. But today, instead, we're going to be doing a recap of everything so far so that we'll be ready to get started back in 2 weeks. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and reintroduce our players.
Hello, everyone. I am Nico, and I am playing Sett, the Frenzied Mutant Bugbear Barbarian.
I'm Tisha. I'm playing Ponsonby Fangolfin. She's a druid.
Hi, I'm Jonathan. I am playing Bravanius Rothschild, and I am an Order of the Congregation Cleric with a bywife.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm Adam. I'm playing Thotark, a sorcerer bugbear, and I have long, beautiful hair.
I would just like to say that when Adam introduced himself, he said, "I'm Adam."
You gotta get into character, you know?
It's the glasses doing it to him.
Like I said, we're gonna go ahead and just recap everything back from the top. So when we first got started, y'all met up in a tavern and took some odd jobs around. Guess, you know, some kind of interesting things happened there, I suppose. You went and cleaned up a house for some people. It had a bunch of mold in it. Bought some ice methods.
Got a cold bone.
Yeah.
And I did post those videos in the pre-adventure side of YouTube.
Yeah.
Huzzah. So yeah, you can even go watch those if you want.
I got afraid of ghosts. Unlocked a new fear.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's always fun to unlock new fears, right?
Right.
Something you've never been scared of before.
Rich people and ghosts.
I mean, both fairly valid. So after doing a few odds and ends, just kind of getting into things, kind of getting into the flow, we actually started our adventure proper, which again started in the tavern, in the Lucky Leap Tavern. And there was a bit of a scuffle that you noticed with a gnome that was seemingly down in the dumps, owing a lot of money. And being such good, kind-hearted people, you decided to help that little gnome.
Mm-hmm.
We sure did, yeah. And the key word is seemingly, right? That's what we're looking for.
Seemingly.
Yeah. All right, so fuck that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Because didn't they like lead us to a house, and he had to he needed money, and he knocked on the door to talk to this lady, and the lady was just like, "If you don't do something that or the other, then you can't come back," or something like that. Was that what it was?
Yeah, it was his aunt, I think, or his
Grandma.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, some kind of older lady figure that is obviously important in his life.
To get a feather.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I hate the fact that my character, I am going to play them as help those in need. So I don't know, maybe one of y'all noticed that this person was trying to swindle us, but maybe I also knew. I didn't. But maybe I also knew, and I was just like, yeah, let me we gotta help him because I'm a cleric again, the redeemer. Anyway, we got the feather. I think it was that's where we fought the methods, right?
Actually,
No,
that was part of the pre-adventures. And actually, with the pre-adventures, I guess there were three really. There was the house cleaning, there was delivery out to the Gorso Manor, and there was the cooking competition. Which actually, now that I think about it, we probably should bring up the cooking competition. Because that's where you first met the princess. Princess Afina.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
No, that was a great introduction to the princess. Like it set us up later. It set Ponsonby up.
Yeah. Not us.
that's true. Yeah.
Hard. It said Ponsonby up
It definitely
hard,
set the
yes.
dynamic with the princess for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then Ponsonby, I really do think that your character really did capitalize on the friendship to kind of progress the story and stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I
But,
kind of like the way that that's progressing, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because we were able to find out, like, hey, this isn't you, kind of thing, where
Is
we
this-
may not have.
Because how old is Princess Athena?
I'm not sure if I ever really gave you an age of any sort. But I mean, I at least imagine her to be kind of like, maybe like older teens, younger 20s, like basically like old enough that she like isn't like a child per se, but like
Right.
From her
Okay.
portrait, I would gauge her anywhere between 15 to like 80. So.
I mean somewhere in that range. For sure.
But yeah, in the pre-adventures we met Athena. Oh, I'm so sorry, but we were. Are we still talking about the feather quest?
Yeah.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
we-
I mean, if
so the feather, didn't somebody light it on fire and he was like, oh my goodness, I stole this from my grandma to sell it. And then he owed his.
Yeah.
We didn't steal it, but his aunt had one left or something like that, and
yeah, basically he had this feather that he was going to sell for the money that he needed to pay off his debts.
Mhm.
And what was he, a bugbear, I think?
Oh, we're bugbears.
Oh, the guy. The other, the person-
Gorzo,
yeah.
Gorzo, something like that. He runs the
Golfa.
Golfa.
He runs the gambling house
Oh,
Yeah.
on the other side of town.
Yeah.
Yes, Golfa is a bugbear.
Mhm.
So he was talking with Golfa, who basically berated him, and ended up burning the feather up, just kind of as a, I don't want a feather, I want money, basically, kind of thing.
right.
Mhm. Yeah.
And yeah, he was trying to get the other feather because he already had a buyer lined up, and so if he just got the feather, then he would be able to get the money.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. His buyer was the
Lord Signmonder.
Lord Signmonder. Yeah.
And so you tried to accompany him to help him out with everything.
Yeah. We lost 200 gold, but we got a house.
I got an outfit that changes the way my clothes look. Worth it. I didn't get swindled. I was just following
But he was such a nice young man.
Bibi.
What did BB get? I don't.
Oh no, I was just following. Well, I guess I was following Ponsonby's and BB's, like wanting to help somebody. I wasn't really too engaged myself in wanting to help them, or at least Thotark wasn't. So Thotark doesn't feel like he was swindled, and he did get something out of it. So he doesn't feel like he was swindled.
Heard. Okay. We got swindled. Golfa. So was Golfa a part of the swindling too, or did Golfa genuinely need a debt repaid by a swindler?
I think we came to the conclusion that Golfa wasn't involved at all, and it was another one of those
Face mask thingies.
the golden mask people.
It wasn't
that
really
can change.
Golfa.
Yeah.
That's
And
what it was. Okay.
Yeah, and I think since then I've dealt with Golfa, or
You
at least
did.
talked to him, and he
Mhm.
wasn't involved in that.
But yeah, it was
Mhm.
actually at the tournament that you were talking to Golfa.
Yeah.
I think that
Okay.
very first quest set up this like campaign to like all of a sudden now we don't trust anyone. Like
Yeah,
you screwed
no.
us once. Screwed us once, Richard.
It
That
just
was it.
really put you on your toes. Like,
I think it was a really good setup, and like we can't trust anybody. We can't trust that anybody is who they say they are. That
Mhm.
far.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I think it's a really good opening. Really sets the tone well for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah, for sure.
And then the next quest.
The next quest, yes, because when you talk to Signmonder and you kind of found out like the whole deception, he felt bad about the whole thing, of course, and offered you a job of sorts to go and fetch his horse from the stud farm.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Lots of jokes
Mm-hmm.
ensued.
Because we're children. The stud farm with the grinder.
Yep.
Yeah,
the-
yeah,
the
yeah.
gri-
There's
Yeah,
a
the stud
windmill
farm next to
grinder
the old
thing.
grinder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all
I
coming
can't
back
help
to me
but
now.
feel that was intentional on Elder Brain's part there.
Well, I do know, and I'm not sure which parts, but I do know to some extent they do crowdsource some writing for some things. Like people will make suggestions in the Discord
Yeah.
for things that they'll use, or
That is
I think
right,
there's
yeah.
some incentives for their for some of their Kickstarters.
Yeah, the
that
backers,
include that kind
yeah.
of stuff.
Oh, okay. So they backed Grinder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Some backers
Stud farm.
probably named it Stud Farm and Grinder.
They're like, hey, let's go to Sniffy's. And y'all like, if y'all want to write some things for us. Gotcha.
And
Yeah.
of course, when you arrived at the stud farm, it was very hot. So hot it was on fire. In fact,
Yeah.
Ah, I see what you did there.
But
Yeah, because
We rescued all the horses though.
you did rescue the
Yeah.
horses. You did a great job of that.
that shit was burning down. We learned from that family that the masked folk were the ones that burned it down, right?
I think the cook. I think you pulled a cook out of a barrel.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's what it was. There was someone in a barrel, and I pulled them out, and they alerted us that the cultist, the masked cultist, had burned down this estate, this manor, and then I think that's where that episode had ended because we started the next episode going to the windmill grind,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
sounds right.
I don't know if anything significant happened. Did anything significant happen with that conversation besides them just telling us that we needed to go to the grinder?
I mean, that was pretty much the gist of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was just kind of filling you in a little bit about what happened and like pointing you off in the direction of the grinder to where they went.
Right. Right.
Yeah. It didn't Ponsonby put out the fire or something with water?
I think Ponsonby tried. There's
Tried,
a spell
okay.
that that she has. Create water, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Let's see.
Can you spoiler, or I mean, you can divulge this information or not?
Mhm.
Was there anyone that we were supposed to save in that fire that we didn't, and we just kind of like glossed over that?
No, I wouldn't say that you really
Okay,
missed out on
okay.
anything
I
there.
do wonder if there was loot inside of the burned up mansion.
There was not. At least not
Oh,
without me making something up.
Yeah.
You found a potion.
These rich people, all they got is a potion.
Have you
Unfortunately,
ever-
all of their potions were stored in flammable containers.
Have you ever had to make up a gift for somebody like that's been like doing like you got like a high investigation check and then you accidentally stumble your words and like give them like a legendary item? Because I have.
I don't think I've ever
not
done
done
that.
Mhm. I was just scrolling down, like trying to like quickly, like, you know, I clearly knew that there was going to be something here of note for you. And I'm like scrolling. And I was just like, oh, a Vorpal sword. And I was like,
Oh, no.
Stumbled
No, I
upon
said
it.
it. I said it. So you get like this godly ass sword. Here you go.
Oh man. So y'all went out to the old grinder.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of snuck around a little bit. Ponsonby turned into a frog.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yep.
And was not successful at jumping, I guess. Somebody hit me out of a window,
Oh yeah, they hit you.
threw me. Yeah.
And it just chucked you. Just
The thing I
Um,
remember most about this episode was Bibi's most epic like save, the nat 20 that had to happen when we got to the basement.
that was incredibly epic.
Yeah, that was the demon.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Yeah.
the demon
What's it in-
Elden
It
Lobo.
was- who?
Elden Lobo.
That one. So, if I'm not mistaken, they had someone. They were holding someone.
They were,
Yeah.
in fact, the wife and son of the dwarf that kept care of the stud farm.
There we go. And
Wasn't he already dead on the floor or something?
You arrived there, he was, yes.
Yeah.
that's what it was. And I was like, no. So I think I threw something to knock the dagger out of the demon's hand.
I think you
And I had-
threw your own dagger.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a crossbow, maybe.
All right, did I? I think I shot it.
The hand, yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
you just
I
like
shot-
nailed him right in the hand, and the dagger went flying.
Bing, bing. Yeah, and so
Yeah.
I saved another person, another future follower of the Redeemer, and all is well. All is well. Yeah. Anyway, praise me, the Redeemer.
Of course. So you managed to best the demon and save the people, who
Yeah.
gave you some small details from what they could, but unfortunately they couldn't really see a lot of what was going on, so they couldn't really give you much more than a few details.
Yeah. Oh, the Thotark killed his first person.
It's first kill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did that make you feel?
I don't know. I felt like if I didn't do it, like I'd have been a liar. So I made a threat and I was gonna follow through with it if she didn't stop.
Mhm.
So
that's
other than that,
totally
I tried
fair.
to avoid fighting and tried to mind control them and all that kind of stuff. So
All's fair in love and war.
I don't think there was any love in that.
That one guy loved
Just
Thotark, the one
just
that he
slit her
mind
throat.
controlled.
Yeah. All right. So you rescued them and the horses and returned back to Oathbreaker,
Mhm.
With all-
where let's see, where you met up with Lord Monder again, who basically took all of your concerns in stride, seemingly, and told you, well, don't do anything about it yet because the King's games are coming up, and I don't really want to deal with this right now.
I haggled
mean,
more money.
Not in exactly those words, but that's basically what he said.
Mhm.
And so we went into the King's Games, which was a big event with all kinds of stuff going on and fun little events for you to participate in, which you did. And
I think
some you
it's
did
fair.
very well, and some maybe not so well.
Yeah, I think it spanned a few sessions
Mhm.
Yeah,
at
definitely.
least.
Most,
Yeah, and BB
most
8.
definitely.
BB did well.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
just
even from
throwing
the
it out
beginning with the Battle of the Tipsy Tunes.
Mm.
there. Period. I think I had to like do some improvisation there, and I slayed on
Yep.
BB's behalf. Shit. I know that there's some winnings from that. I guess I have to give it to you later to figure out exact. I know I gave some stuff away if I'm not mistaken. I feel like I did. Anyway. But yeah, we learned a lot of things at these games. We learned that there was like maybe some illegal gambling that was going on.
I mean,
we
who's to
learned
say if it's illegal or not? As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure that at least some of the gambling was definitely legal, as it was being run by the guy who runs the gambling house.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I made a deal with him too, or something.
I believe so. Yeah.
Well, no, didn't we say something about like fixing there was some like match fixing, right?
Yes, on
and-
the tournament.
Finals.
Yes.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You did witness what seemed to be some tampering in the tournament, for sure. Some sabotaged armor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But before that, we cheated in the games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But if they don't know about it, then it's not cheating, is it?
No,
Yeah, like-
it's not.
Didn't Ponsonby fly instead of climb a chain or something, climb a rope or something?
I think I turned into a spider.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Something. I remember you turned into something. I was just like, bup, 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 bup.
You also turned into like some kind of water creature and was scaring people on the dive or something. Wasn't there a dive?
Well, I think we found out on the underwater thing that there was some kind of merman
Mhm.
Oh yeah,
that wasn't
Oh, yeah.
supposed to be in there.
we made their water murky, or so. Didn't you
Yeah.
make their water murky or
Mhm.
something like that?
Yeah, so they couldn't
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
You know,
Genius.
even looking through some of these notes here, I'm just really amused by some of the names that you've written down, or I guess more accurately, the rendition of the names that you've written down.
Mhm.
Like the game master for the Merfolk Lumberjack event was Crust in Earwint.
Uh-huh.
Which the name that I have is Crestineer Went.
It's close enough.
Crust
We did
in
suck
Earwint,
at-
yes.
We sucked at the crossbow shooting, didn't we? None of us did good on that. Or who all did
I
that?
think it was one that y'all were kind of like up and down in, but ultimately did not win. I think that might
Yeah.
be one of the few that you didn't win.
A lot of stray arrows.
Yeah. Well, didn't you have to like balance on something while you shot the
Yeah.
crossbow?
Yeah, it was a balance and an attack roll or something.
Right.
Right. The Nimble Eagle is what it was called.
Yeah, and like some elf won it. It was like a pretty boy elf or something. That's all I remember.
Yeah.
Twen Fobane.
Hmm.
Very beautiful looking elf, like all elves.
Maybe
Yeah.
he got turned into a werebadger later, or whatever those were things were that we
Oh,
fought.
yeah. He just turned into a werepoop.
I mean, maybe. I mean, he wasn't a King's Guard or
Mhm.
like one of
yeah.
the Royal Guards. So
But a lot of stuff got all jacked up. We'll get to that.
stuff did get jacked up, but we will get there. So y'all went, played a bunch of the games, did really well in most of them. I think you only ended up not participating in one, and I think you only lost like one or two others. I think all the rest of them you ended up winning, I think.
Yeah. I think we got some good items. I think we had to put some
various,
items up for a bet.
various
or something,
magic
too.
items like potions or scrolls of various sorts.
Dust
Dust of Dryness.
Yeah, Dust
Yeah.
of Dryness.
Then Ponsonby met up with the princess again during that, right?
Yes.
Flew over the tree.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as everybody else was going around to do some other stuff, Ponsonby found the princess as she was following clues around that it turns out the princess had put to play pranks on people.
Yep.
She figured
she was
out
just-
the clues though.
Mm-hmm. And she was just kind of hiding around the area and just watching people as they like floundered around trying to figure things out and just laugh at them.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Y'all had fun.
I'm loving the Ponsonby and Princess dynamic going on there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just bonding moments. Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't. Ponsonby was making fun of people with the princess, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it's fun.
I think you were just mainly agreeing with her.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Ponsonby is very much of a, hey, this person has power.
Yeah.
What do I need to get her to like me?
Well, she does like you.
Mm-hmm.
You're a good friend. But before we continue, let's go ahead and take a quick 90-second break so we can get through ads.
90 segundos.
Welcome back. So, you went through a bunch of the games. At one point, you went out to the Lucky Leap. And I guess the intention was to try and bait out some golden masks, investigating some shady stuff that was going on, because even though Lord Signmonder told you that the games were going on, so just enjoy yourself, you just couldn't help but try and serve some justice.
Yeah. I don't think we found much. Did we?
You found some stuff. As a matter of fact, while you were there, you ended up finding a room down some stairs.
That's right. I forgot about that.
And you ended up finding somebody in there who failed to do anything to you. And
Yeah.
meanwhile, another compatriot of his took the bartender hostage.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I had forgot about that.
But so you ended up killing one of them, and the other one was taken hostage, and you interrogated him to try and get as much information as you could, which unfortunately was not a whole lot, because even the operatives within the Golden Masks are kind of kept in the dark about a lot of the actual dealings and such. They pretty much know what they have to know.
Yeah.
So, following on that, there were a few more games which you did very well with. I think you actually won all of the remaining games. And that led us into the tournament.
The tournament.
Yes. The tournament. Which, let me think. It was... Ponsonby and Thotark both participated, I think it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And, actually, all four of you participated.
Yeah, we all did.
Yeah, we all.
Yeah,
But
that's
I
right.
threw the
Ponsonby.
fight.
That's right.
Yeah, so did Ponsonby.
Yeah.
I think Ponsonby was up against somebody.
I think I was too.
You
I
had
think
to
I fought-
fight.
Mhm.
I was gonna say I think I fought
Oh.
Bibi, and I threw the fight for Bibi.
Right,
Yeah.
that's right. Sett forfeited to Bibi, and Ponsonby,
Forfeited to me.
yes.
And I tried to play it up with theatrics to we covered her with dirt, and she stuck her hand up or something. I don't remember.
I mean, you
it
gotta
was
make it look good.
goofy. It was goofy, but yeah. I made it look like I was very powerful.
I mean, you gotta give something to worry about. People gotta be intimidated for you in the next round.
I do remember I tipped off the dwarf to that his armor was messed up
Yeah.
from the fight rigging.
Yeah, the dwarf armorer.
Yeah.
And I got a discount waiting for me at a shop.
Mhm.
I'm not going to forget that.
And
So
you also managed to win a bet about that fight too.
I did because I rigged it.
You
I
you
mean,
unrigged it. You unrigged it.
yeah.
You
I
rigged
rigged
it
it in
by
my
unrigging it. Let's see. Oh, this is an important note here. Jonathan and Adam kept saying afoot, and then Tisha also said afoot, and then went to meet with Aquafina.
Why were we saying afoot?
You know, that's maybe my favorite thing about reading the notes, like well after the fact. Is it's just like so many of these things are just like, what? Everybody said afoot, and then she went and talked to the princess. But yes, so let's see. Then Sett forfeits to Bibi.
Yeah.
Actually, is that right?
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause
Yeah,
Bibi
Sett-
had a
Yeah.
pretty big fight.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
Yeah. Because BB fought
Actually-
someone else, and that was my contribution to the Redeemer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, because we had to bet our items that we bet our items that we won. So to
Uh-huh.
keep
Right.
the items, we forfeited against each other
Right.
to keep the items.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you still maintained the items, but
Mhm.
yeah, which worked out pretty nicely.
Yeah.
So y'all each had your fights. Thotark fought Gratis Ultio, kind of stuck up paladin-y type.
Yeah, I made him forfeit with just wearing him down and just telling him like, I don't want to hurt you. I'm too powerful. I'll destroy you. I'm gonna blow dust of dryness in your eyes, kind of deal. I made him really weak just with my
Yeah.
spells, but I didn't actually hurt him. I don't think.
Yeah, and he basically got Black Knighted, like weakened his arms, and he's just like,
Yeah.
just got a flesh wound.
Yep. There we go. I wasn't even thinking that, but yeah.
Yeah. And then Bibi fought Kagrian Iron Sinew, which is the same armor dwarf that you gave the tip about his armor to earlier in bed on.
Okay.
And yeah, Bibi. Well, again, like one of these just notes that's just great because Bibi said, "Oh no," and the internet died. Then he crit Kargrian for
Nice.
40 points of HP, like you do.
Counts about BB.
I wasn't fighting, so I was just taking a lot of really valid notes. Okay.
Oh, I love it. I mean, like I said, it's just reading them after the fact is just so much better.
Cardiac inspiration.
Yes.
Mhm. So then you're watching on to the next fight, which was between the king and the Raven Knight, which was a really good fight. I mean, it was really even, a lot of back and forth. But then the Raven Knight got the best of the king and revealed herself to be a demon of sorts that resembled the king's late wife, late first wife.
Mm-hmm.
And she slew the king, which sent everything into chaos. In the ensuing chaos, Thotark decided to be very how to put it,
Princessy.
yeah. He took
I don't know
advantage
the-
of the situation in perhaps the best way possible, and managed to grab the king's sword and shield and make off with them.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, brother. Those are mine now.
No problem.
So After all of that happens, and the city is just kind of flung into chaos, you ended up. Let's see, where did you go? I think y'all just headed home for the day, basically. Which you were invited then, following to the king's funeral.
So Thotark and Sett hit the streets, like talking. Because we didn't go to the funeral, right? Didn't we hit the streets and like?
No.
Right.
Oh, that's right. That's right. All
Yeah.
of
I
you
think
did
it
not
was
go to
just
the funeral.
Ponsonby
It
that
was
went
just
to the
Ponsonby.
funeral.
Yeah.
You all were invited, but only Ponsonby went.
Yeah.
That's right. So as y'all were roaming the streets, Ponsonby ended up having to fight a ghost glaive.
Right, which is different than it's not the arm glaive, it's the weapon glaive.
Yeah,
Mhm, mhm.
the weapon glaive, not the arm glaive.
Yeah.
But that's what we established.
Yeah.
Right. Well, because I mean, you have to discern between the two.
But yes. So she came back, told you all about all of that. Things definitely seem to be pretty sus. After all, like along with that glaive, there was some mention of like Kinslayer, and seems like somebody is very mad and possibly from beyond the grave.
Mm-hmm. We learned some stuff about the sun, right? Didn't we learn about the sun?
Yep. It was the glaive was basically the glaive from the statue of Krasnar, who was the king's son from his first marriage, who also has been missing for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Following that, Lord Signmonder actually did invite you to the coronation, which turned out to be for Princess Afina, because her mother decided to pass on becoming queen so that her daughter might go ahead and become queen now.
Right. Which is questionable if it is her, but that comes later.
So y'all went to the coronation, and it didn't take very long for things to go sideways again. I'm noticing a theme. And Queen Afina now, as soon as she took power, started just belting out all kinds of decrees. Mostly it seemed like benign at first, but then started getting more sinister as she went. And she also ended up invoking essentially the guard to pledge fealty to her, and those that did turned into werehellhounds.
Not werebadgers. I was wrong.
Not werebadgers.
Werehellhounds.
Although arguably werebadgers might be worse.
Yeah, badgers aren't nice.
They are not. So with everything erupting into chaos around you, you tried to save as many people as you could, which, I mean, you did manage to save quite a few, even some on the side, like some rich people that might benefit you later.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I healed a werehellhound with my hammer, right, or my axe or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
exactly
smashed
what
him back to
happened.
normal.
Yeah. I didn't have to
Exactly how
fight
that
at
went
all.
down. Yes.
I just talked and cast spells, but I didn't fight. Ponsonby was up there with the princess talking to her.
Mhm.
Yeah, she was trying to get through
Or
the.
Or try and figure out what was going on with Afina, and that was when you got the comment about like, I don't know what she sees in you anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, wonder what that's going to end up being.
Hats off to Tisha and Jonathan for always like moving the story forward. I appreciate you guys.
Thank you for doing what I could not.
Stop it, keep going.
So you managed to actually break down the gate to be able to get out, and went through a secret passage to escape from the castle and retreat to the Lucky Leap. Once you were at the Lucky Leap, after having gone through some crazy weather, I mean, just the craziest, like lightning that seems to be like hunting you down, like animals that are more sinister and intelligent than they should be.
Mm-hmm. I got struck by lightning.
Vegetation started growing like crazy fast, and the skies were all kinds of gross.
Yeah. Did we ever find out? So Ponsonby turned into a rat, right? And then went and chased some other rats, and then found a magic mystery thing. Did we ever find out what that mystery thing was that she found?
It apparently wasn't super important. I don't think that I brought it back.
Oh.
I don't remember what that was.
I don't. Well, so there was nothing there, but a like rat's nest and like things that they had stolen, like candles and stuff. Nothing cool.
Right.
Yeah.
But there were other tunnels, and I asked if am I like going on a fool's errand? Is there nothing in these little rat tunnels, or because the rats stole things off of Bibi, and I got those things back from what I remember.
Yes, that does sound right. Yes,
They stole French vanilla candles.
Yeah.
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 But yeah, no, I had in my notes that she found a strange, mysterious thing that we'll figure out later.
I wonder if they were spanky candles.
Yeah, they were. It had to be the old spanky candle shop.
No, now I'm curious. What was this thing that she would have found?
Quick, Adam. Richard's distracted. Let's take over. Yeah, it might have been a random. It might have been a random nothing. Now you got to do a random roll
Yeah, I
on a
don't think
loot
anything
table
came from that.
and just give her a Vorpal sword.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we will figure that out later. I'm probably just gonna have to go back and listen, or at least watch the previous to make sure I understand what that's about.
Yeah, I don't think you had anything for her.
Yeah, I don't think I did either. That's why I was like trying to look, because it's like I don't remember there being anything.
Well,
Yeah.
We're gonna have to watch episode 10.
Just getting BB's stuff back.
Yeah,
That
just
was
getting
the big
BB
thing.
stuff. So once you all met up at the Lucky Leap again, then you discussed things with Lord Signmonder and Risiotane, who Lord Signmonder kind of explained what he could of the history behind what's going on and his suspicions about what's happening. But he definitely could not tell you everything. There were some things that he was unable to talk to you about. And he even kind of prefaced by telling you that he can only tell you the things that he's allowed to tell you.
Yeah, because he swore an oath to the crown and all that.
Mm-hmm. But he did go in and tell you about Queen Alyssa, who was the king's first wife, who was Krasnar's mother. Told you about her passing and his relationship beginning with Laurencia. He told you about the efforts to try and rescue Laurencia from a King Dasmag, who took her into the Fey realm. They went with a small group, and which included the king, Signmonder, the prince, and an archmage and a cleric. They went, and things got sorted out between Dasmag and Waldron. They kind of came to some commonality when they were fighting. They had like kind of a feast to kind of make up, just make amends, have some fun, kind of get to know each other better. And Dasmag put a blessing on the crown of Oathbreaker, and sent them along their way. And along the way, the prince, as well as which was it, Cleric, I think, went missing, and nobody knows where they are. They are assumed to be dead, as it has been probably at least 15 years at this point. After explaining all of this, they discussed with you about the fact that this crown seems to have something done to it that is probably doing all of this right now, and that we need to find a way to be able to get rid of this curse that seems to be going on. It told you about basically the needs. You need to find a way to get into the castle. You need to get a key that will let you get into the chambers, and you will need an anti-magic chest to be able to put the crown in to hopefully nullify this curse.
Yeah.
And they even had leads on all three of those things that all come with their own caveats.
Yep.
For the tunnel, the person who would be able to guide you to that is a person named Narder Tick, who's the royal architect. But they're not sure where he is. They know where his house is, but they're not sure where he is, so they give you that information. The key was last known to be in the hands of a burglar named Davrilo Premkar, who was last seen in the tomb of Master Arlen the Constructor. He was trying to raid it, and Risiotane had told him not to do it, basically, but he went anyway and never came back. So presumably, you'll have to go in there to be able to find the key. And as far as the chest of magic nullification, Risiotane had told you about its existence in the Arcane Tower. Or not the Arcane Tower, the Emporium.
That dwarf's shop, the one,
the Magic Emporium. And he also told you about his history with the proprietor of that Magic Emporium, which was not so good. Pretty tear-jerking story about the love of his life and how things went sour there. And he basically blames him, which his name was...
Who's that dwarf that I fought? I think. Somebody fought.
No, it was Runbaird. Master Runbaird.
Oh, okay.
Bertio Runbaird. Who is the proprietor of the Emporium of Magic.
Oh, okay. Okay, different shop. Okay.
Yeah.
And isn't the chest in some like pocket dimension or...
Yes, he did describe like to you that there was like kind of a portal that took you into like a cave that was below the shop, and and that there was some issues there where like we're unable to cast in that area. But that's where the chest was obtained. He actually has the chest. The problem is that the chest already had something in it.
So we got to take the chest, put the thing that's in there in that area, and then bring the chest back.
Right.
Empty.
Because the idol, as he described to you, is very bad because when he tried opening the chest before, it seemed like it was just sucking all of the life out of everything around. So he shut it and never opened it again. So in order to use it, you will need to find a way to safely take out that idol, and the only way that he knows of is to take it back down into that cave.
Mhm. Okay.
Very Raiders of the Lost Ark.
So after giving you all of this information and just having just a bunch of exposition, you decided that you would go to find Narder Chick first.
Right, because the queen was going to send people to find him. We
Yeah.
thought.
Right.
So we wanted to get there first.
Hey, it makes sense. I mean, everybody's going to be looking for him. You want to make sure that you get there before he's found.
Hmm.
So you went to his apartment, did not find him there, but found some mud tracks. Seemed like some fecal matter from some type of animal, and there was a monster menagerie nearby. So you decided to check that out. In the rain and lightning and just nastiness of this cursed storm. And went in there, explored around a little bit, didn't go into some of these cages that were busted open for probably good reasons. Found a gigantic crocodile that was intelligent and could speak, who was harassing one of the caretakers in a cage.
Yeah.
But you managed to set him free. He immediately ran off, and you don't know what happened to him.
Yeah. We didn't kill the alligator, yeah. Or crocodile, whatever it is.
You
I thought we
kill the
did.
crocodile?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you killed
No,
the crocodile.
we did.
Oh, did we?
Because
Okay.
You rescued
I-
the caretaker.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's what I was
right.
saying.
Because I'm pretty sure Ponsonby lost their axe killing the crocodile.
Oh.
Didn't you
lost-
also take its tail or something?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you
Mhm.
collect all the weird monstrosity bits.
Yeah, you
I
like
just
to-
tried to dangle a pig over it or a sheep or something.
Yeah.
yeah,
An illusion of a
Yeah.
sheep pig or something. Or goat, maybe.
yeah, maybe
Yeah,
goat.
maybe a goat. I was like, I'm a goat. Eat me. It's
Yeah.
wafting goat smell down on it.
Yeah. You made the goat dance. Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm a goat. I'm a silly little goat.
And so you, after defeating the crocodile, you went through the Triceratops pin. You found some signs of people that were there apparently, but they don't seem to be there now. And you didn't find any live Triceratopses, only the one dead Triceratops that was seemingly killed by the crocodile.
Hmm.
Unfortunate.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I think that is about where we left off.
Yep.
Yeah. There's definitely some rust monsters that escaped.
Yeah. I wonder a
Mhm.
mimic exhibit? Oh,
There
Yeah,
was
there-
a mimic exhibit. There's a rust monster exhibit. In both of those cases, the cages were busted open, basically. So, yeah,
Yeah, because while everybody else was fighting, I was sneaking around and looking at all the exhibits.
yeah.
he was just having a nice time at the zoo.
And then I just come in, goat. I'm a goat. I did not help at all. Mhm.
So now that we're kind of caught up to where we are, y'all are part way through the menagerie with just pretty much like a corner of the area to still search through. So in light of that, let's go ahead and take another 90-second break, and we'll be right back. And we're back. So now that we're all caught up on where we are in the story, ready to finish out the Monster Menagerie when we start play again in 2 weeks, let's just go ahead and just have a little talk about your characters, how you feel things are going, how maybe things have developed, how they've changed, grown, whatever you want to talk about.
Well, Ponsonby started off, I feel like, very naive. She's still pretty naive, but she's learning a little bit more. Obviously being taken advantage of. I don't know. I think that she is still collecting the things that mean something to her because she's missing some kind of companionship, but she's starting to feel that with Bibi and the other people. So
Yeah.
I don't know. That's about where she's at, is trying to build these relationships with the people she's with, but not very successfully. She still doesn't quite trust them.
Hey, that's okay. I probably wouldn't trust them either.
I wouldn't trust Thotark.
Yeah. So she's still holding on to her collections and gathering more of them.
That trusts Thotark
Mm,
explicitly. I would think Sett. So, it was weird. I designed Sett to hate rich people, to hate most people outside of his brother, mostly because Sett is a mutant, and like every time he levels up, there's like more mutations to his body, right? So the class is literally just mutating as he gains power, so obviously he's got his own reservations about people and stuff, but I designed him to not really like rich people, and I did not realize how many rich people we're going to be interacting with in this campaign. So I think it's kind of funny to some degree, because he's just super short and super shitty with them. But luckily, the rest of the party is there, to make sure. But on the other end, Sett's been like really nice to anybody that was like a street urchin or a cleric, or anybody that's not rich. Like he's just or powerful. Like he's typically really kind to them. So I think he's fitting in pretty well with Bibi and with Ponsonby as far as the group goes. But I think for most other people, he kind of still shies away.
Yeah. Speaking of Bibi, so Bibi is not. I don't even know how to explain this. Bibi knows that y'all's characters, specifically the brothers, y'all are shady, but in his heart of hearts, in his worldview, he sees things very black and white. So I'm going to give you this money because the only reason why you would ever be given this thing is because you're going to do something good with it. And then the whole personal gain thing, it's not really who Bibi is. And I think that I've noticed that y'all do some heinous shit sometimes. So like Bibi has no choice but to like go against his view of how things should just naturally be in his vision, in his eyes. So I think that there is like where Ponsonby is learning to trust, Bibi is learning to distrust. I can think of I think that we were trying to swindle an NPC, and I'm just sitting there like, no, we shouldn't do. Like, wait, what do y'all? Oh yeah. It was the tournament games.
Mhm.
And the entire time, my character was just like, so can y'all not do things that are going to like get us in trouble and like do illegal things? And that was my character like the entire time, because I was just like, I don't trust you, So I think that Bibi is trying to reconcile that, and ultimately what will happen, I'm telling y'all right now, is that he's just going to reconcile it to just start probably, I don't know, making excuses for your all's bad behavior and be like, oh yeah, well, the Redeemer forgives. So
All right.
so,
Yeah. I feel like Thotark is kind of an open book. Like he wants to get an advantage wherever he can, but he also doesn't hide it from the group either. Like Bibi calls him out for sure, and just like, don't worry about it. Like you don't have to participate. I'll take care of it. Kind of kind of deal. And where I guess Sett has a hatred of rich people. I like rich people because they are the people that I want to take advantage of. And also, like, I don't want to take advantage of people that are poor, stuff like that. Like, if anything, I would take from the rich, give to the poor. I feel like I've done that a little bit with giving Bibi money to give to the church and stuff, and not like trying to like swindle him on his cut of the money and stuff like that. So,
yeah.
Which I set out originally, like with the Entropist bloodline to, like, everything has that just a natural flow. Everything dies, everything just decays. So I don't want to do as much as I want to do as much as I can to progress the natural flow of things. That's why I don't really try to fight. I try to just manipulate the battlefield and let it sort itself out. And I feel like it's gone pretty well.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, our combat has been very odd at times. We're either explosive and dynamic or just not doing a damn thing. There's no in between.
I feel like early levels often get that way. Where it's just very reliant on random chance, the rolls and everything. And as you level, it becomes a little less dependent on rolls and a little more dependent on your tactics and what you do.
Yeah, like with the coronation, I got outside of the gate before they broke it down.
Yeah.
And I had to like, oh shit, I'm out here, and they closed it. So I've got to like try and like get them to. I had to help with orchestrate the stuff to make that happen, and spawning the god above the crowd and stuff like that. Well, the image of the Redeemer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sacrilege.
I don't know if Bibi believes that's real or not. Like, if that was really the Redeemer.
Did I roll a check for that?
I think you knew.
Yeah, I thought you knew too.
Yeah.
But you were like, whatever it takes to get people safe is kind of.
Yeah.
You're already making excuses. Like,
But you played it up. You played it up pretty well.
Okay. Yeah. You know what? Is this the arc where Bibi loses his faith? I'm
That's
just kidding.
Bibi
It's not
in the
happening.
Corner.
Nice job.
Nobody
Nice
puts Bibi in a corner. I don't know.
Losing my Redeemer.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, so I don't know. I guess we have just a little bit of time for some wrap up. If there's any thoughts, comments, anything anybody wants to make.
Oh, Lynn was talking about Bibi getting drunk. Bibi drunk is fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think we've
fun.
him into drinking.
That's when I went on the tirade about my bi wife, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, when don't you go on a tirade?
I do.
Like, this isn't beer. This is whiskey, and you were like, "Whiskwa."
That's what it was. Yep.
Yeah.
And so Bibi drank it and became a little tipsy whipsy and turned into a fool. Okay, cool. Yeah. A good time. Oh wait, one of the many time reads. First of all, don't read me. Yeah, I don't know. I can't think. I'm excited for what's happening next. I think that honestly and truly, I still need to sit down and like wrap my head around what is to come, and I'm super excited to see like, is Ponsonby and Princess Afina's relationship going to be like friends to enemies to lovers? So that's where I'm at. Okay, is it giving YA young adult? Okay. Is it Katniss and then the two boys?
They'll be playing pranks on people into the sunset.
As long as it doesn't end up like Thelma and Louise.
Wow.
I don't think they have cars.
Drive a
They got
carriage over.
Carriage.
Those poor horses.
Oh. Ponsonby would never.
All right.
Yeah, I'm excited for 2 weeks from
Mhm.
now,
2 weeks,
2
we'll
weeks.
actually start playing again.
barring
Yeah.
any weather.
What
Barring
is
something
our,
catastrophic, yeah.
what level are we officially?
You are officially, I think.
I know we leveled up
still-
at least once.
I believe as been so long.
By 2 weeks from now, we mean
Okay.
April 10th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern.
Yes. And you are currently level 6.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, I'm excited for this. Anyway,
There is plenty much more to come. As a matter of fact, this is how much book that we've gotten through. This is how much that's left.
girl,
So,
We got through a big chunk of the book.
well, keep
Wow.
in mind that like some of this is like maps and stuff,
That
and
is
some of
that's
this is like appendices, but
yeah.
it's
it
getting
gives you a
very
rough
much.
idea.
Does this book? Okay, never mind. That's a spoiler that I don't want to do. Okay, anyway. I wanted to know what level does this adventure stop at?
Mm.
15,
it's-
I think.
Let me see.
15. That's high as fuck. Okay.
So yeah, it'll probably end up somewhere around 14, 15. You begin the final chapter at 13.
Oh, okay.
Hey, my birthday.
Good luck.
Yep, totally is. We're going to die.
Yeah,
We're all going to die.
on our way.
There is definitely still plenty to do. I feel like once we actually get back into the swing of things, it won't take us too long to get through the rest of chapter 2. But the chapters do get longer later.
Sweet.
All right. So I guess any other final comments before we go?
No,
I don't have anything.
Good.
I'll try.
All right. Well, thank you for everybody listening to us just kind of hang out and do a small recap of the story so that we can hit the ground running in 2 weeks and pick back up.
Oh
on
yeah,
Yeah. Thank you.
absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No thanks.
All right. See y'all in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Adios.
Toodles.